My name is Howard Cohn, and you are about to watch a documentary that was produced by the History Channel of Germany. I'm going to tell you how this came about and what occurred. In February 2015, my wife Phyllis and I went to visit my father, Herman Cohn, at his Florida winter home. Shortly after we arrived, Dad was contacted by the History Channel of Germany. They told him they were in Florida and would like to come to interview him and film him for a documentary they were producing about prisoners and liberators of the Dachau concentration camp. On the day they arrived, we asked how they reached my dad. They explained that they discovered him while watching Steven Spielberg's Shoah interviews filmed with many other Jewish men and women who had been in concentration camps or were Jewish liberators of the camps. Dad's interview lasted about 2 to 3 hours. My father was not well, but did tell a story, including what he witnessed when he arrived at Dachau as best as he could remember. His interview, along with 5 or 6 other men, would comprise the main part of the documentary. It was to be called The Liberators. The premiere of The Liberators would coincide with the 70th anniversary in remembrance of the liberation of Dachau in Munich. My father escaped Germany and stayed in Holland until the age of 17. He then immigrated to the U.S. at 18 with his family, settling in the Hyde Park neighborhood of Chicago. When the U.S. entered the war, my father became a soldier in the American Army. One of his skills was being able to speak English, German, and some Dutch. As the U.S. Army marched west in Germany, they arrived at the outskirts of Munich. When they discovered the Dachau camp, the soldiers were confused and in disbelief of what they had discovered. Because of my father's ability to translate, he was asked to come to the gates and fence, talk to the prisoners, and convey what they were saying to his officers. That is how he became a liberator of Dachau, along with his army unit. Once the date was set to have the premiere of The Liberators, the History Channel of Germany invited our family and the other families to be guests in Munich. For 1 week, kicking off with the documentary premiere, we had educational and social events, trips to Dachau, and ceremonies such as the final day when the Prime Minister of Germany, Angela Merkel, came to Dachau and made a moving speech. One of the most emotional things for me took place one afternoon in Dachau. My father was not in good health and was in a wheelchair there. German high school students were getting an educational tour. My father perked up and began explaining his history there. The students gathered around him and listened intently to him speak in perfect German of what he went through in Germany and what it was like coming back to Germany as a soldier and seeing the results of the atrocities that were conducted at Dachau and the other camps. Through education and through documentaries like The Liberators, with firsthand eyewitness accounts, it reminds people how important it is to never forget. And now we present The Liberators.